What's going on today, Mavic lovers and Phantom lovers? I thought I would sit down and make this video. I just came back in from flying pretty much the whole day. Great day here today in Missouri. 68 degrees, 2-mile-an-hour winds in Missouri in February. Pretty much unheard of right there. Usually we're ass deep in snow. It's freezing cold or the wind's plowing 30 miles an hour. Today was just one of the best days that you could ever get in February to go out flying. We want to talk about the new landing pad that I've made for my Mavic Pro and my Phantom and my Racer. It worked out perfect for all three of them today. This is just one of those folding landing pads that you get from eBay that folds up and then you put in its own personal little bag. What I did is I just took me a 1/2-inch piece of plywood, some 6-inch pieces of 2x4 to make some 6-inch legs, and then I glued the foldable landing pad on top of the plywood. Then I took my heat gun and went all around it and got all the wrinkles and stuff out of the landing pad. So it's really nice, smooth, really nice looking. It worked flawlessly today. I gotta tell you right now, I only put $13 into this for what I bought the original landing pad for. The landing pad, we did not like that at all. It's just way too light unless you stake it down to the ground. And then if you stake it down to the ground, all it does is have a bunch of lumps in it from the grass, rocks, whatever the case may be. Today where we flew was grassy. We just set this down into the grass. The grass came right up to the bottom of the wood, of the plywood, and it just kept it there perfectly all day long. Everybody was using it to land and take off with today, especially the new Mavic guys. They loved it because of the simple fact they did not have to put on their extended landing gear and look for a flat place out in the grass somewhere to land, to keep their props out and keep their cameras out of the dirt and the dust and the grass. So the Mavic guys just loved it. They all were taking off from it today. I'm over talking to some other people. Can we use your landing pad? Yeah, go for it, dude. Do it. I don't care. It was just, that's the way it was today. That was, so many people were landing and taking off from it today because it just worked out so well. Now, I know most people are not going to carry something around with like this size when your Mavic is in your backpack. Of course, you're not going to. But I carry a lot of gear. Right now in the back of my SUV are 3 folding tables that I take with me everywhere I go. Those folding tables have been in there for 5 years, over 5 years, that I pull out of the back of my SUV and set all my gear up on. So now this is just going to go in the back of my SUV with those folding tables, and it will just stay there. And then the Mavic and the Phantom and the Racer will all go back into their cases, and they will be set in the back seat. So that's just how I do it. And plus there's a generator. I put a generator in the back of my SUV for my battery charging. This thing just worked out flawlessly today, guys. I gotta tell you, I loved it. Everybody loved it. It just worked perfect. I thought there might be a little problem with prop wash. Absolutely none at all. The Mavic lands on it just time after time after time. I went through 5 battery packs with the Mavic. It works fantastic for my Phantom, because usually if you have a Phantom and you get in some uneven grass with a Phantom, the Phantom just wants to automatically tip over and go into the props, into the dirt. That is no more with that either. So I don't have to worry about that with either the Phantom. My Racer sets really low like my Mavic does, so that is really perfect for it too. It might be a little bit different when we get into some really strong wind, but usually I don't fly in 20-mile-an-hour winds. I just don't, because to me it's just no fun flying when winds are that strong, so you don't usually see me out flying like that. I don't think there's going to be a bit of problem landing this in a 10-mile-an-hour wind. The Mavic, the Phantom, or the Racer on this, I don't think there's going to be any problem at all. Even if it was 20-mile-an-hour wind, I guarantee you I could get that Mavic to land on there. That's not a problem. But it worked out flawlessly, guys. I mean, it was just something that I threw together. I had all the stuff in my garage to make it with, and that's all there was to it. Let me just take the Phantom off real quick, and we'll show you what the bottom of it looks like. I took my heat gun. Once I glued it down on, I took my heat gun and I took all the wrinkles out of it, and it just stretched it out and looks fantastic. That's what it looks like on the bottom. That's it. It's just a piece of plywood and 4 legs that I painted black to match the outside ring, and it works fantastic. There's plenty of room in the back of my SUV just to set this in there on top of those tables, and then I put the rest of the gear around that, and then I go. I do have a 4-wheel drive SUV, so I can pretty much go anywhere I want as long as there's not a gate to keep me out of it. Here in Missouri, we don't have that problem. I know people all over this all over the place around here. I can go flying in their fields and stuff without a bit of problem. I don't even have to ask. But that's it. It worked flawlessly, people. It was something I put together for less than $15. Let's just put it that way. It will always be in the back of the SUV for me to use or not to use. It's just that simple. I can or I can't use it. It's whatever I want. Most of the time, I guarantee you with the Mavic, I will definitely be using it to keep that camera and those props out of that grass without having to put the extended landing gear on. It's just, to me, is a thumbs up. I only paid $5 for that extended landing gear off eBay. I did pick up a new battery charger off eBay. I won it on a bid. It's that new one, the new blue one. It charges 3 Mavic batteries at the same time, plus the controller, plus my phone. I'll be getting that in a couple weeks. I paid $39.68 for it, I think it was what I wanted on a bid. So I'll get that in a few weeks. And then I'm pretty much set to go out and really do some nice flying come this springtime. So that's pretty much all I had, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video.